Disgusting.
That's some smelly.
Now we know what Yeltsin goes through.
I love you, Yeltsin.
Yeltsin, please get back home.
But that's how things burn out.
At Polo Reef, all the tanks are in constant evolution, and that's why Andrew and the Polo team can never sit still. One of those evolutions is lighting. On the 2,500-gallon tank, this is no easy feat. After stocking the tank, the team began to realize that the lights are just not working properly. Today, they identified that one of the ballasts for the lights may have gone bad.
We're changing a halide ballast that keeps tripping the safety on it. We're not sure why. Put a new one in and see if it continues to happen.
They decide to swap the ballast out and wipe their hands of the situation. But later on, they'll find out that this is just the beginning. Whenever you get John and Joe in the same room, you know some work is about to get done. These two, they can't sit still. While up at the 2,500-gallon tank, they decide to get some maintenance done on some of the coral. They figure they could blow off the coral with RO water, the same way Michelle does in the 17,000-gallon tank. But instead of getting in the water, they do what they do best: innovate and execute.
We have tape, so we could tape it to the stick.
We got zip ties.
We got zip ties.
We got a stick.
We got a stick.
They decide to attach a power head to a stick. And just like that, the Polo Reef remote blower is born.
This is a blower on a stick. This is a remote blower.
Their innovation's working pretty well. They're able to get some of the detritus off the coral, but not without issue.
Yeah, there you go. Pretty clean now. Oh. Yep, gone.
You put it back?
Yeah.
Look at you.
After a quick touch-up, they finish up at the 2,500-gallon tank and head downstairs to tackle the next maintenance task of the day. And this one, well, it just stinks. At Polo Reef, the team runs both a sulfur reactor and an aragonite reactor to handle the nutrient load created by frequent feeding in the 17,000-gallon tank. The sulfur reactor on the left uses yellow sulfur beads that host bacteria converting nitrates into nitrogen gas. This effectively reduces excess nutrients. Also produces sulfuric acid as a byproduct, and this in turn lowers the pH of the water. To balance this out, the aragonite reactor on the right is used. As water flows through aragonite media, it neutralizes the acid and raises the pH back to safe levels before returning to the tank. Over time, Andrew and the team have observed that because of the coral density and natural biological filtration within the reef, they're now using less and less sulfur beads and media. It's just not needed. The smell of sulfur is never fun. It smells just like rotten eggs.
Oh! Disgusting.
That's some smelly shit.
It's disgusting.
Gonna do something very dirty. We're gonna blow the sulfur.
Step one in the process is to empty the 2 chambers of water. This is done the old-fashioned way, by sucking it out. John steps up to the plate and starts the siphon.
Ready, Joe? Yeah.
If you have a tank at home, you know this is a dangerous game, and sometimes you end up drinking some dirty water. Do you have any nasty tank stories? Leave a comment down below. We'd love to hear from you.
Yes, I see the sulfur. At least I see the sulfur. Because it looks like there's 2 layers.
The water starts to flow, but it's quickly halted due to a buildup of muck in the chambers. To solve the issue, the team will need to hook up compressed air to the chambers to blow out any clogs in the tubes before siphoning out more water. But before they can turn the compressor on, they scoop some of the muck out of the chamber for better flow. With everything in place, Max will head down to the sub-basement to keep an eye out on the sump levels while they use compressed air to clean out the chambers.
We're just looking at the water level in the sump right here. It's supposed to set at 1840, but as we blow through that, it's going to take some water from the sump to clean that out. So as it goes down, we're just bringing it back up.
With the first chamber in the reactor unclogged, the team takes a quick break from the stank to realize that they're starting to actually miss Yeltsin.
Now we know what Yeltsin goes through.
While Joe and John begin to understand what Yeltsin goes through, Patty's at the 17,000-gallon tank tackling another Yeltsin task. The magnet Patty is using is no joke. This thing has some serious grip, enough to get through 4-inch thick acrylic. It takes tremendous force just to use it.
Oh my god, this is so freaking heavy. Ugh.
Patty!
Yeah.
Getting your workout?
Oh yeah, I'm working on my guns.
That's not easy, right?
Not easy at all. I don't know how Yeltsin does it.
He's got big shoulders.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna get some shoulders.
It hurts. Yeah.
The whole team's starting to feel the impacts of being Yeltsinless.
I miss Yeltsin. Yeltsin, please get back home. This stuff, there's no way I can get from the outside, so I will have to go on the inside and clean it. Let's get inside and let's get it done.
With some VIP guests expected later on, during her dive, she first works on cleaning the acrylic from the inside. Her next task is to work on a shading issue on the left side of the tank. As coral grow, they tend to shade the colonies below, which can cause growth issues or even death. To combat this, she decides to frag one of the larger colonies into 2 separate pieces and move it further down to the left. Over time, these pieces will grow into another giant colony. Her last task of the dive is to move a larger colony from the bottom left wall to the newly created structure on the left. She's also prepping the area for Michelle's dive later on to grab some par readings. Stay tuned, you won't want to miss it.
Yes, like that. For now, okay.
With their newfound love of Yeltsin, they know they have the daunting, stinky task of cleaning out the rest of the reactor. So they tuck their tails and head back to tackle the maintenance.
Stay about an inch above the sulfur.
Oh my god, what is that smell? It smells so gross in the entire house.
Oh no, we gotta open up the doors, man.
You guys can't get them into collecting watches or something?
Even Miss Polo Reef is not too happy with the smell of the sulfur. John is back at the end of the hose, regretting some life decisions and sending praise to the man he misses the most right now.
I love you, Yeltsin.
They drain the water out of Reactor 1. As you can see, the team is running very little sulfur beads. A year ago, this chamber was triple the height. With Reactor 1 drained, they now focus their attention on Reactor 2 with the aragonite.
Part 2. How are you going to do the aragonite side?
Just blowing and letting it drain.
This section of the sulfur reactor is having the same issues with clogging, so they need to run compressed air into the tube. But this one, it's just not budging, and it leaves the team a little confused.
Okay, I see this bubbling.
Just as they start to troubleshoot the issue, their superhero arrives.
Respect, man. Oh my God, John just missed me so much. He hugged me so bad. Oh my God.
Oh, don't leave. Don't leave.
Look at the suntan.
I know.
Welcome, weather sucks, man. What are you crazy? How you doing, baby? What's up, man?
He's happy to see you. You can't go away, Yeltsin.
After some direction from Yeltsin, they're quickly able to unclog the chamber and finish the job. Not all heroes wear capes. In this case, they wear backwards hats. With the maintenance done on the chambers and Yeltsin in the house to lift spirits, Joe tackles another huge task. If you remember earlier, John and Joe replaced a ballast on one of the lights for the 2,500-gallon tank. This ended up not solving the issue, and it turns out there's a much bigger problem than initially thought. Because of the mass amount of electrical energy it takes to run Polo, the issue, it happens to be at the source. Here's Joe to explain.
Well, we need to bring in more electrical circuits for upstairs because fundamental halos keep tripping the ballast. Flickering happens most of the time when your refrigerator kicks on, the lights dip. Follow me and I'll show you how we're doing this. We're gonna start from the bottom, go to the top, and then Yeltsin is gonna pull the wires down from the top.
Like a mad scientist, Joe begins running all kinds of wires. Looking at the brains of Polo Reef is overwhelming. He tackles the problem by connecting some more cables that will allow Andrew to control the lights remotely. These PLC computers are completely custom made and unique to Polo Reef. Programmed from the ground up, they allow Andrew and the team complete control over the system right at their fingertips. This computer is essentially a smaller version of the PLC used to control its bigger sister tank, the 17,000 gallon. It might look complicated, well, that's because it is. Meanwhile, back at the 17,000 gallon tank, Michelle preps for her dive. Today, she'll be grabbing some par readings to test the left side of the tank. The 17,000 gallon tank is filling up quick with growth, and the team uses the data to find any potential problem areas.
That is a little better than I thought at 120, 83. It bounces between 80 and 150, 160. I bet you that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
So some of this coral still is not getting enough light. Just one piece of it. We're probably gonna have to cut into that green paletta more and let some light come down. Okay, next dive.
What the team found is that there's still some shading issues. Earlier, Patty fragged one of the aquariums, creating 2 separate pieces. She moved it down to the left side of the tank. But after the par readings, they realized that one of the pieces will need to be removed, as it's still casting a heavy shadow on the colonies below. The other piece will stay in the tank to grow and fill out over time. always thinking ahead when it comes to coral growth. After the dive, the team decides it's a good time to do a water change. As of today, the team is no closer to finding the issue with the metals that are being detected in their systems. You can get caught up to speed as to where the team's at with the link in the description below.
So we're doing about a 2,500 gallon water change today. We're going to calibrate the ORP probe. We're going to look for the source of the copper, as time goes on.
Since the team is on high alert and there are still no answers, they go ahead and take advantage of the sump being emptied for the water change to calibrate some probes. As they begin the process, they notice something in the sump that is alarming, that could be a potential suspect in the high metal levels. It turns out it was just a label. So they sweep the pump a little bit more, just in case they miss anything else. Sure enough, they end up hooking something.
Can that make a copper?
Another false alarm as they pull up a piece of a hose.
Keep complete, brother. All good.
With the calibration complete and the sump swept, they can mark it off the high metal suspect list. Back in the lab with metals still the talk of the Polo town, Max is handling some maintenance on the quarantine and 280 tanks.
So we're sending out all the ICPs. The tower came back with no copper, so Yeltsin and John are working on a water change on the 280 now. We're just going to double check with one more round of testing, and then we'll clarify what we know already.
While the team is in the back finishing up some maintenance, Andrew gets some really cool visitors that pop in to finish off the day.
Hello. How's it going? You got Professor down.
Nice to meet you, Professor. Nice to meet you, Doc.
Nice to meet you. And he's an aquatic vet.
Tell me what's going on. What are you guys working on?
We've been working with Alex on a number of things. One of the things we're kind of really excited about is working with the corals and trying to look at some coral health issues. One thing that Alex has kind of been talking about and we've started is looking at brown jelly.
Well, nice to meet you. Welcome.
Yeah, I have to say that's an incredible tank, man.
Why don't you, let's take a tour.
All right, let's do it.
As the doctors check out Polo Reef, the gears begin to turn, and Andrew is hopeful that this will lead to further experiments to help progress the hobby further. It's a great way to end the day. As the lights go out at Polo Reef, the tanks never really sleep, and that means things can go wrong at any time during the night.
Hey, yes.
Hey, well, I just get here like 7:30 upstairs for 2,500. We had the same problem with the LED light with the blaring. Probably the whole night was on. We don't know.
Which one?
You're the right corner, but when you look on the left side, the front, it will be left side of the corner. Yeah.
Hold on. Let me just check 2,500. You're right. I see one of them offline. Why are we keep having light issues with this 2,500? All right, let's go upstairs and just look at it quickly.
Yep.
You may need to reset it. Let's go upstairs quick.
Okay.
Andrew and Yeltsin head upstairs to see if they can troubleshoot the problem.
Hit that button like 4 times to reset it.
All right, here we go.
Go ahead.
1, 2, 3, 4. Do anything?
Nope, that did not work.
All right, let me do it again. 3,
Hit it 3 times. 1,
2, 3. Anything?
Nope. You're gonna have to wait for Jonathan.
Yeah, let's take it up here like an half an hour.
He'll be here in a half hour, right?
Let's wait for them.
Okay.
After they take a quick look, they realize this might be a bigger problem. So they decide to wait for the big guns, John and Joe.
Good morning, Andrew. How are you? Oh, we got our share of issues this morning.
I saw. I just walked in and I saw the light on the 2,500.
Blaring again.
Yeah, but now it's not even connected to the app.
Offline.
Yep.
Happened one time in the 17,000. Now it's happening in 2,500. Well, you go and see if
Yeah, I'm
you
gonna
can
go up
reset
there.
it and.
I'm gonna go up there with Joe and we'll take a look at it and we'll see if we can't fix it.
This is now the second light that is fried on us. Same problem as the prior one?
Same exact problem.
100%.
100%.
So now you have no extra parts, though.
So we're gonna have to try to repair this one.
All right, guys. Well, next time you got a training for general surgery.
Yes.
With the problem isolated, identified, and handled, John and Joe finish their surgery, patch up their patient, and head back downstairs to continue their day. At Polo Reef, no day really ever ends. There's always one more wire to check, one more coral to clean, and one more mystery to solve. From stinky reactors to stubborn lights, the team proves again that it's not just about keeping the tanks running. It's about pushing the limits and learning every step of the way. And while the hunt for metals still lingers in the background, today ends with a few laughs, a clean system, and some surprise visitors to lift the mood. Because at Polo Reef, evolution never stops. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to stay updated on everything Polo Reef. Until next time,